Welcome back to Late Night Talking with Win, and today I'm going to talk about a subject that I think all students from different ages talk about, whether they're in elementary school, middle school, or high school. I think they just think this when they reach that age where they know they need more than just knowing how to solve math problems and grammar and knowing about King John Henry III or Christopher Columbus. And being a student myself, I've always been asking where are the life skills we need to learn in order to prepare for the real world. Every day I constantly have to try in classes and have to worry about my grades and everything. Yet I come home and I just kind of forget everything that I learned. And once I go outside, I never really put any of those courses that I learned in school into use. I feel like I'm always pressured to perfect every single subject, yet outside the classroom, I'm just someone that doesn't have to do any of the schoolwork that I learned. I am fairly an awkward person, and I find it hard to talk to people that are older to me. I tend to stutter or trip my own words, or I get my tongue tied, and I think that's because I just have a way of really confusing way of communication because I am so I'm scared that people will judge me for it. And I just wish in school we have some systems or classes that maybe boost up our little self-confidence in our communication. Also, another thing is group work in school. I think teachers meant it as a good way, as group work, for make it easier for everyone or learn how to thrive teamwork. However, this makes me think that in the real world, applying what I learned from school, of course, will stay like this because schoolwork really sucks, and I always end up being the person who's always doing everything, especially in normal classes. And I'm going to the world and think that maybe everyone will want to work with me this way, and what if they find my energy bad and does not want to work with me? And another subject I want to talk about is language. And yes, high school does offer a course or many courses of languages, but why don't we start a little bit sooner? I have a brother that learned Spanish for 4 years, and I asked him again, do you remember anything you learned, or do you even use what you learned? And he said no, out of his 4 years wasn't just enough. And I think high school is the bad or the worst spot to put in a language because you have so many things going on, you just don't like focus on that one thing, and you tend just to scribble work or just BS your way through stuff and make sure you get the grade. And honestly, me learning a language right now, I always struggle with it too. And despite being 16 years old, the only way I know how to use money is to spend. And I don't really know anything about taxes, or anyone around me really know about taxes. And I don't know what I'll do when I grow up. Like, do I have to constantly ask my parents for what to do, how to do this, how to do that, how do I pay rent, how do I pay my bills, how do I do everything? And I wish we have more of the economics or the household usage stuff that we might need in real life. And yes, learning history, math, English, or little classes that are like art might be useful, but when are you gonna go to the real world and apply some trig functions? Well, maybe if you're in a major, but if you're in real life and just everyday life, you won't be using cosine or sine or tangent or cotangent functions. And it just makes me sad that we don't have the opportunity to prepare prepare for what's out there, because I feel like once you graduate from high school, and many of us reach the age of 18 where adulthood begins, we end up not really knowing what to do, and we get overwhelmed by the pressure of society that brings us to their world, and it's just an overwhelming experience. And I wish that school just provides more beneficial little things from here and there. Like doesn't need to be like a whole hour class, like our actual class, just little simple things like attached from here and there, like a merits course like merits course have robotics, arts, and things that prepare for you and your interests in the near future. But we could also have something else, just like merits, just something home and beneficial to the real world, and strategies, and how to cope with things, how to communicate, how to interact with others, and how to solve problems the right way. And I think if we have this in our school, as students, we will grow up as a better person and maybe make the right decision and not go off the wrong path too much. And I think that's really important, to provide a strong base before setting us off in the world that seems so vast and so vast and far, I guess. Okay, so that concludes the late night talking with Win. I hope you guys all have a nice night and have a nice day. Peace out.